U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland said that the DOJ is seriously and urgently investigating how states are changing voting procedures and redistricting. This comes months after the DOJ sued the state of Georgia over its new election laws. Joining us now to discuss this is the political director of the ACLU of Georgia, attorney Chris Bruce. Chris, it's good to see you, and thanks for joining us this morning. Merrick Garland has made these announcements before, and it's been months since the lawsuit against Georgia. Is the DOJ too little, too late on voting rights in order to stem the tide of what's been happening?
Well, yes, and thank you for having me here. And this is a pivotal question that the American people really need to be focused upon. As you just said before, the Department of Justice filing these lawsuits in the state of Georgia and looking at other states as well for their discriminatory practices of voter suppression. Is it too late? No, I wouldn't say it's too late because this is our last resource. This is our last chance before we actually do get some legislation on the federal level to protect all Americans' right to vote. So I applaud the Department of Justice into looking into this. Should have been done earlier, yes, but we want to get a winning case to make sure that we're supporting everyone's rights and not rush it to the point where it might just actually jeopardize us. So we should expect more lawsuits to come from the Department of Justice because that's the state of our nation right now. Our nation is passing laws to make it harder for Black and brown people to vote. And without federal interference from a Department of Justice to uphold justice, we're going to continue down this path.
Speaking of the lawsuit against Georgia, what's the latest and what does it really mean for a state to be sued by the federal government?
Well, the lawsuit in Georgia really goes towards Senate Bill 202. And in that Senate bill, it has such things as taking over your local board of elections by the state to validate or invalidate votes. It also has things that are outlined, such as line warming, where you cannot give food or beverages to people in line who may have to have egregious long waits in line. In Georgia, some of these lines where people were waiting until 9 hours or so. So these type of situations that the new law, which is in effect right now in the state of Georgia, we having upcoming elections, municipal elections on November 2nd, we are governed by Senate Bill 202 law. So right now, the Department of Justice has filed a suit. It's going through the courts dealing with litigation. It has not been dismissed, and anything to stop Senate Bill 202 has not been effective at this time. We will be voting on November 2nd under Senate Bill 202.
So, Chris, let me ask you this then. Will this lawsuit or further the investigation of other voting laws change anything at all?
Yes, so there are other parts of the lawsuit that have been looked into by federal inquiries. Remember, the Department of Justice lawsuit is just one lawsuit of many. I believe at last count, there are over 6 lawsuits on Senate Bill 202 at this time, and each one of them are specifically focused on another particularly harming piece of the bill. The bill is still in effect in the law. The Department of Justice lawsuit does further it. Out of all the organizations and all the people who have filed lawsuits, they do not compare to the resources that the Department of Justice has at its disposal. So it actually emboldens these other lawsuits and legitimizes them to not only say this is a local problem, but this is a problem that's happening in the state of Georgia, the state of Texas, Florida, and elsewhere, and sends a shot across the bow of not only saying that these states should be wary about spending millions of dollars of their taxpayers on frivolous bills that deal with voter suppression, and also sends a signal to Congress to actually pass legislation to protect people's rights to vote.
So look, I mean, here we are right now. We've got the Department of Justice looking into this matter, and you've eloquently explained what's going on. But these restrictive voting laws in Georgia and Texas and other Republican-led legislatures have had a direct impact on Black people's ability to vote, or at least that's what we're reporting from the outside looking in as we approach the midterms. What is the ACLU, Chris, doing to assure Black Americans and Brown Americans and Native Americans and those who are marginalized how will they still be able to get out and vote in the upcoming midterm elections? Does it mean going back to the drawing board and driving people to the polls and getting them out there en masse?
Yes, and that's step one. We really have to focus on the situation that we're in altogether. It's something to rely upon the courts. That's what civil rights movements in the past have done until legislation was actually passed. But with the plethora of Trump appointees to the federal bench, a lot of that is not moving in the right direction that we would hope for. So if you cannot get the legislation passed, if you cannot win it in the courts, you have to do what we have done before as a people in this country, and that's rally.